Let's call this regular monthly board meeting to order, Tuesday, November the 18th, 2014. We'll begin by the Parish Superintendent Voce, and we'll continue with Mr. Egan leading us in the pledge.
Dear Heavenly Father, we come to you this evening grateful for the health and well-being that has allowed us to be here to do this work. As we dismiss schools this week for the Thanksgiving holidays, we ask two things. First, that our staff and students seize the opportunity to gather with family and friends for the purpose of pausing to thank you for the many, many blessings that come our way each and every day. And secondly, we ask that you deliver those in our family who are traveling safely back to us on December 1st. These things we ask in your name.
Amen. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Would you call the roll, Superintendent Voce?
Mrs. Acevedo? Here. Mr. Campbell?
Here.
Mrs. DeFata?
Here.
Mr. Egan? Here. Mr. England? Here. Mrs. Dysart?
Here.
Dr. Kraft?
Here.
Dr. Lewis? Here. Mr. Long?
Here.
Mr. Nikosha?
Here.
Mr. Warner?
Here.
Ms. Benzak, do we have anyone for community concerns? Okay, then we continue the agenda.
Excuse me, Dr.
Yes.
Just a quick point of privilege.
Yes, go
Just
on.
want to welcome you back.
Well, certainly, it's good to,
After your surgery, you come back so quickly. We're glad that you're well.
well, it's going well, but they tell me no pain, no gain. So I should be gaining, I should be gaining a lot.
Well, we're glad to see you tonight. Thank you.
Okay.
Shows you how resilient we older people
Yeah,
are, right?
that's fine. Yeah.
Dr. Kraft,
Yes,
I'd
sir.
like a point of privilege, please.
Certainly, you got it.
I'd like to take a moment of silence for Miss Martha Silvera. She's a cafeteria worker who passed away, was laid out this week, if you don't mind.
Yes, let's take a moment of reflection.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Our condolences go out to the Silvera family.
Thank you for bringing that to attention, Mr. Nikosha. We continue with the order of the agenda. Item 5, recognition of Davies Elementary School, the National Blue Ribbon School of St. Bernard Parish. There, who's going to bring
We
this?
are.
Ms. Schultz and her crew.
We are very happy to have with us Ms. Donna Schultz, who is the principal of Davies, and Tiffany Glapion, the assistant principal, and Cindy Myers, our instructional coach, for this wonderful, wonderful honor. And they're going to tell you a little bit about their trip to Washington for this recognition and how very few schools across the country are able to say they are a national blue ribbon school. It was instituted, I think, in 1982, and very few schools each year, and you have to be nominated by the state superintendent. So it's not a self-nominating process or something that we have professed, but the nomination has to come at the state level from the state superintendent to be considered as a blue ribbon school. So, Ms. Schultz?
Well, first I want to thank Ms. Voce and the board for having us today to recognize the accomplishments of our wonderful staff that I have at Davies, my students, my amazing parents. I say it all the time, every chance I get, that this is truly a team effort, because without everyone together, we would not be standing here having this conversation today. But I especially want to thank Ms. Glapion, the best AP around, and my instructional coach, Ms. Cindy Meyer, who has a wealth of curriculum information, and she supports our teachers, and she's just a wonderful person to have on staff. So we really appreciate her. I have to say that I'm very humbled to receive this recognition. In September, Davies was nominated one of 2 schools in the whole state to receive the National Title I Distinguished School Award from the Louisiana Department of Education. So that was really exciting. And then just a few months later, I received an email from the National Blue Ribbon asking me to apply for this award. And at first I was a little weary about it, and I was didn't know much about it. I thought that anyone could apply, or maybe you had to pay for it, which is not the case. And then I received a phone call from someone from the State Department of Education highly encouraging me to apply. So I figured he knew something that I didn't know. So after a 35-page application, and I think 7 months later, I finally found out that we did win. And so Ms. Glavion and I went to D.C. last week, and we received our wonderful blue ribbon. And it's actually not a blue ribbon, but a beautiful plaque, and a flag that we're going to fly proudly.
Absolutely.
But to be able to network with those amazing principals from throughout the country and to be among them was just an honor. So we thank you for letting us be here.
Yeah.
Spread it out there. 2014 National Blue Ribbon School.
No, I don't want my face.
We're going to take out.
So, any questions? Or?
Why don't you talk a little bit about what happened when you were in Washington and how the ceremony went and who was there and that type of thing?
Well,
We got to meet Arnie Duncan, not personally, but he spoke at the ceremony, and we did a lot of networking with other schools that are in the same situation as us, and so that was fun. We got to get a lot of ideas from other schools and what they're doing, how they're celebrating, and we also had the opportunity. One of our other principals here in St. Bernard, Carla Carolla, and offered up her brother to take us sightseeing one night, and I called him and I said, "Lou, hey, can you take us?" And he took us out for a night of sightseeing. So that was really nice to see. Washington, D.C. And then our senator.
no,
and
Steve
No.
Scalise,
Steve
our
Scalise,
representative.
our representative, he invited us and took us to a tour of the Capitol, which that was incredible.
It
But a
was
lot of-
amazing,
yeah, it was.
amazing.
But a lot of the conference was networking.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Have a up close look.
Yeah, come on. Yes, Mr. Fada.
Thank you, Dr. Craig. Well, congratulations again, ladies. I see Ms. Glapion's got this big smile on her face. I know she's happy, and so is Ms. Schultz and Ms. Myers. But congratulations once
you.
again, and thank you for persevering through a 35-page application. We appreciate all that time and effort that goes into, I know, filling out those types of forms, and it was so well worth the effort. And I have to say, I've made many trips to Washington, D.C., so that night tour, that's the best, to see all the monuments and all in the evening. And for Congressman Scalise to give y'all a tour of the Capitol, that's wonderful. Now, you know that he has, his wife, Jennifer, is from St. Bernard and a graduate of Andrew Jackson.
Jackson.
So, we have a little connection there. So I'm so glad he took care of our St. Bernard
He did.
connection there.
Yes, he did.
So
He
congratulations
surely did.
again.
And I just wanted to add one thing, that this actually was 5 years of data that the state looks at before they make the nomination. And then the feds in D.C. kind of go over it with a fine-tooth comb before they make the final decision of who receives this award. And the state told me they had nominated 6 schools, 6 public schools in Louisiana, and 4 of us received it. So it was a wonderful honor.
Yes. Ms. Schultz, on behalf of the school board, I want you to know this really makes us proud. And really, this is a plum for the entire St. Bernard Parish, period, and when something like this happens. So thank you so much for persevering and doing the things necessary to achieve this particular award. And this is, when the Secretary of Education signs it, that means you are recognized and recognized well. And thank you that you're in a system that's supportive of elementary schools, middle and high schools in achieving such awards, and we want to hopefully see more of these as we move forward in the future. So thank you so much. Do we have anyone else Yes, Ms. Dysart.
Yes, I have a couple of questions. Ms. Schultz, you said 4 in the state received the Blue Ribbon
Yes.
award.
Don't ask me
which
to
is-
name them.
No,
Don't ask
no.
me to name them. I don't remember
No,
offhand.
no quizzing.
Okay.
But that's very few in the whole state of Louisiana. And then
Yes.
nationally, how many total, do you know?
I want to say it was something like 339, 336, something like
Still a very prestigious, small,
Yes.
special number. And I know you, Ms. Schultz, Ms. Glapion, Ms. Myers, your entire staff, your students, your parents, like you said, you work as a team.
Yes, we do.
But, you know, it takes all of you just pushing for that, you said data, that's test scores. And,
Yes.
And, you know, the achievements of you, pushing for your achievements of your students, which ultimately they are the award winners.
Yes.
And that's the beauty of it all. And we're just very, very proud of all of you. Joseph Davies has a great staff, and like you said, students and parents. And we thank you for all of you, your very, very hard work. And I'm so glad to also to say that we have a Blue Ribbon School, and I know your teachers are very, very spirited.
Oh, yes, they
and
are.
they have a lot of energy, and that's what it takes. So thank you for all your hard work, and congratulations.
Thank
We're
you
very
so much.
happy.
Before I leave, though, I want to invite all of you. I put this, I think Shelby gave you this on your desk. It is tomorrow, our Beta Club at Davies is going to have a balloon release with CASA, which stands for Court Appointed Special Advocates for Children. They're going to come and talk to our Beta students. I felt like they needed to do something to give back, and this was a way to give back and a little service project for them. But 110 children in St. Bernard were adopted last year, so we're going to release 110 balloons tomorrow in recognition. So it's for 2 o'clock tomorrow at Davies, and we invite you to come along and for our balloon release.
Thank you.
Thank y'all.
Thank you very much.
Take a picture.
Yeah, we could.
Mr. Egan has something.
Oh, Mr. Egan.
Donna?
Yeah.
You're not finished yet.
I'm not finished
Mr.
now.
Egan has a
Here
question.
comes trouble.
No, Donna, you know I've known you for a few years.
A few.
And Ms. Glampion said she had a great time with you, but she thought you'd have to go to the hospital because of the way you were squeezing her hand. Because I know you are a member of the Frequent Flyer Club. Is that correct?
Yes, he knows how much I hate flying. I hate flying, but I actually went to Dallas over the summer for a conference because I knew that we had applied for this and it was in D.C. and I wanted to prepare myself to get on that plane, and I did, and Miss Glapion got out pretty, no bruises caused by me, so I think we had a great trip.
Sincerely, I want to say,
Yes, they are.
I want to say thank you, and your staff, the teachers, and everyone, because this is a fantastic thing, and I know you and the rest of your group have just done a fantastic job in order to get it.
Thank
And
you.
you know me, you know. So again, lady, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, and we'll take a recess for pictures of this.
Okay. I guess so.
That stays up there. It's all hooked.
Ready? It's been exact. We'll come out of the recess and move on the agenda. We'll go to item 6, a motion to incorporate the report of the general committee meeting into the minutes of the November regular monthly meeting minutes. You need a motion? Motion by Mr. Campbell, second by Ms. Acevedo. Any questions about the minutes? Hearing none, vote your machines.
Motion passes 11-0.
Item 7, motion to approve the minutes of the October 28, 2014 regular monthly meeting as published on November the 14th, 2014. Motion by Ms. Dysart, second by Mr. England. Any questions relative to these? Any comments? Any additions or deletions? Hearing none, vote your machines.
Motion passes 11-0.
Item 8 in your folder is personnel changes for the month of November. I'll give you a moment to peruse these.
If you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them for you.
Any questions relative to the personnel changes? Okay. Yes, okay.
Ms. Voce, do you not see that we have some resignations and some medical leaves? Has everybody been replaced that will be missing?
Yes, the three at the top are all replacing people who have resigned.
Okay.
And then we have, for some of the leaves, we have a few of our student teachers who are going to be available the week right after Thanksgiving, so.
Okay, so we'll be covered in all our
Yes.
positions.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Okay. Hearing from no one else, we'll continue the agenda. Item 9, motion to approve the administration's request to advertise a request for proposals to increase the wireless infrastructure at each school site. And there was a recommendation by the committee. Dr. Lewis made the motion, second by Mr. Long. Any questions relative to this recommendation? Hearing none, vote your machines.
Motion passes 11-0.
Okay, item 10 on your agenda, a motion to approve the lowest bidder on the bid tabulations for the spices, seasonings, Class 2, cereal, dried beans, and crackers, Class 3, frozen foods, Class 5, meat and meat products, Class 6, poultry and eggs, Class 7, seafood products, Class 8, and canned goods, Class 9. And there was a recommendation by the committee. Motion by Mr. DeCotians, second by Mr. Warner. Okay. Vote your machines.
Motion passes 11-0.
Okay. Item 11, a motion to approve the Act 570 disciplinary hearing officers, and that's a list in your folder, and there was a recommendation by the committee relative to these officers. Second by Ms. Dysart. Motion by Ms. Dysart, second by Dr. Lewis. Any questions relative to these hearing officers? Mr. Long?
Just like to congratulate Ms. Voce for putting together a fine group of people to do that. I think it's there's a lot of experience there, and I think they'll probably do a great job for us. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Long. Anyone else relative to this item 11? Yes.
Just, I know we discussed this at the committee meeting, but for the audience's information, the disciplinary hearing officers was a mandate by the state that we named 5.
Act 570, right.
Yes, and it's, of course, unfunded mandate, but.
Oh, yeah, that's the way
we
they
were
usually
mandated
send it
to
down
do
to
so.
us. You pay and we act.
Correct. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I believe we need to vote on this. We need to vote on this. I didn't- okay. All right, anyone else before we take it to a vote? No others, so vote your machines.
Motion passes 11-0.
All right, we come to items to be placed on the agenda of the next committee meeting. So you may do that. You have time to do that before that committee meeting.
I have an item, Dr. Kraft.
Okay.
Can we get an update on the school system's website and the schools' websites? I noticed that I was trying to tell a few people about the play that was Friday and Saturday. I didn't know the time, and I referred them to the website. And then the calendars didn't have, like, some of the dates and stuff on the calendars. So if we can maybe get an update on that at the next meeting.
Okay.
Also, too, like personnel links for each school, like if somebody wants to email that teacher, if we could
The
maybe
contact.
possibly put their email address, their school email address at the school website. I was trying to surf it this weekend and try to find that. I couldn't find any. I know the administration's emails are all there, but some of the schools
And the
teachers
individuals
were.
are-
I couldn't find the link. Maybe it is there. I couldn't find it. I don't claim to be all that swift on the
Yeah.
surfing the web.
It's not
Yeah.
Thank you, Ms. Foche.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Warner. Any others that have ideas for items to be placed? At this time, we'll take the superintendent's recommendations.
Just a reminder that we will have a special meeting in December before the committee meeting for the yearly superintendent's evaluation. I'm sure Dr. Kraft is sending the packages out to everyone,
It's
and
in your,
we'll coordinate
it's in your
that.
folder as you speak, so be sure not to lose that. And as soon as you have it filled out, bring it in to Ms. Benizak, and then we'll compile that before that special meeting where you'll be able to go through the proper steps. Yes, Ms. Benizak? 5 o'clock for the special meeting. That sounds good to me. Anyone have any problem with 5 o'clock?
Dr. Kraft?
Yes.
Why don't we have the
Mr.
board members put that information in the day before so she can have everything tabulated?
Okay,
You know,
that's
for
a
that
good
meeting.
idea. So if you get it in at least the day before the special meeting, then we can have that ready to go and see the composite score that will be sent in to the state.
Because usually Ms. tells that, she usually does a spreadsheet on everything.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Yeah. Okay. Anyone have anything before we call for an adjournment? Anyone has any comments or announcements? Any good news, any bad news? Okay. Here none. Yes,
Just
Ms.
to
Dyson.
wish everyone a very happy, blessed Thanksgiving.
Absolutely. Have a great one. And it's moved so fast this year. I tell you. Okay.
Faster each and every year.
You found it.
I'll tell
You moved that we adjourn? And who we got for a second? Miss DeFata. Okay, all in favor of adjourning, say aye. Aye. All not a favor, say nay. We stand adjourned. Have a great night.